Okay, here with my man Ben Standing of The Athletic. Ben, we just left open locker room in advance of the game against Philly. 2 games in, your overall thoughts. What excites you still about this team, and what gives you concern?
I mean, the excitement definitely right. The offense has looked pretty good. We're of course all wondering how Carson Wentz would be here, and the upside of him has think we've seen that for the most part. And then he's got these great receivers with Terry McLaurin, John Dotson, and Curtis Samuel. So there's reason to be optimistic that this offense can score. Pretty well around the relative to some of the better teams in the league. The concern would probably be defense. I mean, we saw what happened in Detroit. That was my biggest concern, that side of the ball going into the year, and we're seeing that play out. They've got to figure out ways to eliminate the big plays and stop teams on the ground.
How do you grade out these coordinators? Because at the beginning of the year, I said that I'll be looking at Turner and Del Rio more than I would be looking at the players, because they're the orchestrators of all this. 2 games in, how do you grade those 2 out?
Yeah, it's always a tricky dynamic because, we don't always know what the plan was going into a particular game or whatever. And, there's so many moving parts out in the football field. I think Scott Turner's a pretty interesting coordinator.
Yeah.
This is the first year he's had a legit quarterback since he's been here. So I think it's good, it's good to see that. And I think so far so good there. They need to be a little more consistent, though, in terms of not just getting big plays on offense, but, moving the ball steadily enough to help give the defense some rest. Look, Jack Del Rio's been around for a long time. The question here is, the defense really labored last year, and they brought back the same basic personnel. So they're, at some point you have to ask the question, if it's the same, if the personnel's the issue, why'd you bring him back? And if it's not the personnel, then what does that say? So Ron Rivera doesn't seem like he's worried about Del Rio. So that's kind of where that is right now.
Ben, we've been standing side by side covering this team for a long time, but we've never covered a team on a day like today. So I have to ask you the question.
Wait, is it the same question I was going to ask you?
Well, I don't know. What is that question, Ben?
do you remember?
The 21st night of September? Yes, I do. Badia! Yes, I do remember. Badia!
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Earth, Wind, and Fires.
What a good song.
Oh, it never was a cloudy day. Never was a cloudy day. So let me tell you something. Whether you're black, whether you're white, music is good music. And I'm telling you right now, sports teams will let you down, Ben, but iconic music never will.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, man.
That's Ben. I'm Lou. The new elements, Ben, Lou, and Fire. See you all later.